Hey everybody, this is Josh with the Engineering Success Center, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about OneDrive. So this is their homepage. If you don't have an account, you can sign up for free right here. If you do have an account, you can just sign in. And my account's linked with my browser already, so it just automatically logs me in. But when you create a new OneDrive account, this is pretty well what you're going to see. You can see it's just like any other file management system pretty well. It has a bunch of different folders, and it has files that you can store in those folders. So, we also have this personal vault. So this is basically another folder, but it comes with some added security measures. So it's secured by two-step verification and auto locks after 20 minutes of inactivity. But pretty well, one of the first things you're going to want to do when you start a OneDrive account is you're going to want to rearrange the file management system to suit your needs. And to do that, you're pretty well just going to want to add some folders and move around the folders as you see fit. So let's go into Documents and let's add a folder in there. So you can just hit New here and then Folder, and then Test. I'm just going to call that folder Test. And then now we have a test folder inside of Documents. So if I go back to my files, it now shows that we have one item in Documents, and that one item is that test folder. But let's say I want to move that test folder to Pictures instead of Documents. I can just go into Documents, hit this little dot, and that gives you a bunch of different options that you can use with the folder, but we want to move the folder, so we'll hit Move To, and then hit Pictures because that's where we want to send it, and then Move. So you'll see that it's now gone from Documents, and it's now in our Pictures folder. So that's pretty well all you can do with the folders. You can create them and you can move them around as you see fit. But after you finish organizing your file management system, you're basically going to want to put some files into it. So there are a few different ways to do that. If you already have the file and you just want to upload it to OneDrive, you can basically just get it from your computer and drag and drop. So I have a picture right here from my desktop that I just want to upload to OneDrive, so I can just take it and drop it. And there, it's in OneDrive. But you can also create new files within OneDrive. So we just hit New, and you'll see that these are all the types of files that you can add by default. You can see we have Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So actually what OneDrive does is it gives you free access to some of Microsoft Office. So, but you shouldn't have to worry about that too much actually, because UPEI does provide you with a free Microsoft Office download. So if you did want to look into that, you can Google UPEI Microsoft Office, and that'll let you install it for free. But if you're going to use it through OneDrive, you can just create let's say we're going to create an Excel workbook. You can just click on that. And then now we have our workbook. Let's rename it so it's called Book 1 right now. I can just call it Test as well. And now you can see it's saved to OneDrive. So I can go back over to OneDrive, and I now have an Excel file called Test. So let's go back into this test file, and actually so right now it's working through the browser, but you can also open it in your desktop app by just clicking there. And I usually like to do that because I find the actual desktop app has a lot more features to it than the OneDrive browser version. So I'm just going to exit out of that now. So another thing that you can actually do with this, and it's one of the big benefits of using OneDrive, is that you can share your file with other people, so you can all work on it simultaneously without worrying about overwriting each other. So to do that, you just hit share, and it'll generate a link that you can send to anyone who wants to edit. So to send the link, you can either enter the email address of the person here and then hit send, or you can copy the link and send it to Basecamp or whatnot. So once the person receives the link and opens it, if you're both working in this folder at the same time, or in this file at the same time, their name will pop up right here and they'll get their own cursor. So like you have a cursor right here, but they'll have another one and you can see each other working side by side pretty well. And it also works in the desktop app. So if you open it in the desktop app, you'll see all the cursors and whatnot as well. And you won't have to worry about overwriting each other. So that's one of the big benefits, is how you share it with people. So I'm going to close out of that now, actually. And another one of the big benefits of using OneDrive is that it actually syncs up really well to your computer. Whether you're using a Mac or a Windows computer, Windows has OneDrive installed by default, but you can also install it in Mac and probably Linux as well. So I have it on Windows, obviously. So in order to sync to your OneDrive, you're just going to want to type in OneDrive here. You can open up the app. But I do have another OneDrive account synced to this computer already, so this method won't really work for me. I have to go down here and then click on, so you can see my UPEI OneDrive is actually linked already, but I don't have a personal OneDrive at the moment. So I'm just going to click on that and then hit sign in, and then so you can just sign in. And it's going to ask you where you want to store your OneDrive folder. I'm just going to put it in the default location. And I already have a folder there, but I'm going to tell it to use it anyways. And I'm just going to say not now because I don't need OneDrive Premium. And that's all you need to do there. So now I can go into my computer's file explorer, and you can see that I have everything now synced with my computer. So if I just click on this OneDrive Personal, you can see it has all the same folders and files as we were just using in the browser. If I go into Documents, I can open up the picture that we just uploaded, or I can open up the Excel file as well. And basically the big benefit of syncing it with your computer is now you don't have to use the browser at all. So if I wanted to add more files here, I could just do it within my computer's file management system by itself. I don't have to go into the browser and use all their tools. I can just use the tools that I'm already familiar with. Okay, so that's pretty well all that I had on OneDrive. If you have any questions, feel free to contact anybody at the Engineering Success Center. We're open from 2 to 6 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And we have virtual hours from 12 to 4 on Saturday.